Hello, I'm Lisa DeSiro. I graduated from Lesley in 2010, and I'm going to share a few poems from my new book, Simple as a Sonnet. The ABCs of How to Catch a Man. Always look your best. Behave like a lady. Cook him a hearty meal. Diet if necessary. Enthusiasm is an asset. Flirt, but don't overdo it. Give your full attention when he's talking. Have a sense of humor, but don't be too smart. Intellect might intimidate him. Just be yourself. Keep your options open. Let him open doors and pay for dinner. Stay cheerful. Moodiness is a turn-off. No nagging either. Allow him to order for you at restaurants. Put on makeup and perfume. Quiet girls, don't be shy. Rambunctious girls, don't be bossy. Smile often and laugh at his jokes. Thank him after every date. Understand that he works hard. Vary your topics of conversation. Don't be dull. Wear sexy clothes and high heels. XO only if he does so first. Yield gracefully when the time is right. And remember, zingy women will get the most attention. Notation. Money's tight. I only spend time alone in my cheap sublet studio, listening to a mixed tape he made, turning it over and over, replaying. Before our first real gig, we split a pitcher, happy hour, gathering gear, keyboard, guitar, amps, cables wedged behind heavy collapsible risers, slack-limbed, laughing, we couldn't dislodge a thing. How can we get this shit out? I shouted, climbing the pile of equipment. Slipped and fell, could have broken my neck if he hadn't caught me. Partial to what, might have been his remark, if he could have seen the partial lunar eclipse this evening here with me. He's missing a second phenomenon now. The slats of the window blind form a grand staff where the full moon floats like a perfect whole note drawn between parallel lines. Imagined Advice from Edna St. Vincent Millay. Staying friends with lovers can be done. All you need is patience and finesse. Say you've got yourself in a bit of a mess with two gentlemen admirers, one who isn't really single and one who decides that he, well, more or less, would prefer remaining single. A stress-provoking situation, although fun might be had. But if things have gone far enough with both men, the key to successfully being platonic, which might depress the most resilient heart when left alone, is this: write until you stop dwelling on it. You see? Simple. Simple as a sonnet. Dating through the decades. 1. 20-something. I brought home a guy from a bar. He was only in town for the weekend. He'd been flirting with my friend. The dress I was wearing belonged to her. When she rebuffed, he turned to me. We went outside behind a tree and did a bit of this and that, and then the other back in my flat. 2. 30-something. I brought home a guy from a party. He was the hostess's husband's friend. The vodka shots had made me weaken. He mistook me for under 30. When I walked past, he grabbed my wrist. We went outside and smoked and kissed and found some other things to do indoors. He had a large tattoo. 3. 40-something. I brought home a guy after dinner. He was a profile fit online, and by our second glass of wine, it seemed I'd found myself a winner. Funny, smart, full head of hair, plus knew his way around down there. He even stayed the night, and then I never heard from him again. 4. Conclusion. So much for sex on the first date. Perhaps, indeed, better to wait. But if I start being thrifty now, what will happen by age 50? Thanks for listening.